This is Informer News, your voice of the people. Timeline is Sunday the 4th of October 2015. Welcome along, my friends, to another edition of the Informer News monthly special report. Coming up in this month's broadcast, the alien infiltration and takeover of Earth. Are you prepared to fight for your planet? Plus, events now occurring on and off planet that are being caused by the system NIBIRU, and more amazing images of the second sun that have been filmed by members of the general public. Okay, into this month's Informer News monthly special reports. This first report originates from collectiveevolution.com, titled Black Ops Whistleblower Exposes Alien Takeover Agenda. It is time for the public to know the truth about the alien presence on our planet, what its overall goals are, and what we can do about it. The official policy of all governments has been to deny that extraterrestrial phenomena ever existed, but this is clearly nonsense, given the overwhelming amount of leaked documentation, credible high-level testimonies, genuine experiences, and extensive research that proves otherwise. This is a topic that receives virtually no media attention or serious consideration by the majority of people, yet the reality of advanced extraterrestrial life is one of the most profound realizations anyone can make, and it is one we must make if we are to continue serving as the preeminent steward of this planet without losing our freedoms as a race. We cannot afford to be naive and ignorant any longer, for the magnitude of this situation becomes quite clear once you really see it for what it is. Most of us can fathom a human power elite vying for world domination, but we also need to consider the role that some extraterrestrial forces are having here too. It isn't to say that every ET race is interested in takeover. It is quite possible that many are interested in peace, but it is also true that a takeover agenda could be the goal of some ET races. Our very freedom depends on us seeing and knowing what we are really truly up against. This is why genuine whistleblowers are so crucial at this time, as they can give us a unique perspective that the public is normally not privy to. Phil Schneider, a former government geologist and engineer with over 17 years of experience in black projects, is one of the most important whistleblowers in modern history. In his presentations at the Preparedness Expo in September of 1995, he exposes the gravity of the New World Order agenda and its connection with extraterrestrials in a direct and controversial manner. Less than 6 months after giving this talk, he was found dead in his apartment with piano wire still wrapped around his neck, in what appears to be a military-style execution. According to some sources, he had been brutally tortured repeatedly before being killed. The authorities dismissed the death as a suicide. Schneider, born April 23, 1947, was a geologist, structural engineer and metallurgist that worked on building deep underground military bases, DUMBs. He spent more than 17 years within the US government black projects, carrying a level 3 security clearance, Rhyolite 38, at secret bases such as Area 51, S4 and Los Alamos. He co-invented methods used in shape-charged explosives research to facilitate the building of underground military bases as well as submarine bases. He claimed to be one of the only 3 survivors of the now infamous alien-human war at the Dulce, New Mexico and Los Alamos underground bases, where 66 government agents and workers lost their lives in August of 1979. Snyder claims that all information dealing with aliens is kept well hidden from the public and that the US military have known about the alien presence for more than 85 years, going back as early as 1909. He asserts that more than $500 billion was being allocated annually to black projects dealing with these matters in 1995. According to Snyder, 28% of the US gross national product was being spent exclusively on building underground bases. This black project budget sidesteps Congress completely and is a treacherous violation of constitutional law and taxpayers' money. Without a doubt, these budgets and projects continue today on a massive scale. Snyder reveals the following bombshell revelations. Keep in mind, this was presented in late 1995 and has most certainly progressed significantly over the last 17 years. There are 131 active DUMBs in the US, with approximately 1,477 worldwide underground bases. Each one has an average cost of $17 to $19 billion, taking approximately 1 to 2 years to construct using highly advanced methods. They vitrify and melt the rock using ultra-sophisticated lasers that reduces the rock to a powder and then smooth out the tunnels using powerful boring machines. These bases are truly massive and capable of housing thousands upon thousands of individuals. Magneto-leviton trains connect all DUMBs within the continental US in a vast subterranean transport system capable of speeds of Mach 2 or more. There is literally another world underground that is incredibly vast and filled with life forms, both human and non-human. Before his death, Snyder had a book in the works that was going to detail the precise latitude, longitude coordinates of all DUMBs that he was aware of. Unfortunately, he was killed in January of 1996 and the book was never released. Area 51, Groom Lake, Nevada, is a mega complex of 9 deep underground bases, Tonopah, S2, S4, etc., encompassing over 4.5 cubic miles of hollowed out underground space. There are over 18,000 workers who frequently work 12-plus hour shifts and whose lives are kept secret and highly regulated. The US government signed an agreement in 1954 with extraterrestrials, granting them the right to experiment on humans and cattle in exchange for technology. This agreement was known as the Grenada Treaty and is a well-documented event. The original terms for this treaty were that only a small number of humans could be abducted. They had to be returned to their original location, their memories had to be wiped, and the aliens were supposed to submit a list of the individuals they were taking to Majestic 12. However, after a few years of this, it became clear that the aliens were taking far more humans than they had originally bargained for, which spawned the origins of the alien-human conflict that persists to this day. The New World Order and the alien agenda is one and the same. He describes the alien agenda as the complete takeover of this planet, the killing off of 5/6 to 7/8 of the world population by 2029. An alien takeover would mean the implementation of a one world government, which is the direct opposite of constitutional law and would be the end of freedom as we know it. This is a very serious threat, and the implications must be taken seriously by all those who are against the New World Order. Near the end of his talk, an audience member asked if the alien agenda dictates the agenda of the globalists. Snyder responds, yes, they do, in total, in their entirety. They may even be in charge. When asked if the presidents are aware of this, Snyder confirmed that they are. At least 9 races of alien beings regard humans as a food source. They are not all cannibalistic, however. They use the glandular secretion of animals and humans for mixtures of the vitamins of their food and can actually get high from our adrenaline. This is why there are so many reports of cruel and sadistic torture that goes on at these underground bases, as some of the aliens literally feed off the fear-laden substances that humans emit in time of great distress. According to Snyder, there are more than 100,000 missing children totally unaccounted for from FBI archives in the US alone. He believes that many of them are held captive underground and similarly done away with. In some cases, they are literally eaten. Human abductions by aliens is a serious problem and is completely disregarded and overlooked. Literally thousands of people are going missing each month and are never returned. This continues to occur today against the will of millions of people worldwide, many who do not even remember or realize they have been taken. Snyder believes that 6 to 7 million humans have been slaughtered since 1954 at the hands of aliens. The underground bases are literally being used as cities by these aliens to further their takeover agenda. This must be recognized and must be admitted publicly. These atrocities cannot be allowed to continue indefinitely, or we will surely suffer grave consequences as a result of our apathy and indifference. 16 days prior to giving this presentation, Snyder was shot in the shoulder by an FBI agent who was trying to kill him. He shot and killed this agent in self-defense and talks about this openly. He reported this to the FBI and they dismissed him and the incidents. 11 previous attempts were made on his life since he started speaking out. Additionally, DIA agents tried to kidnap his daughter but were unsuccessful due to the brave actions of his ex-wife. Sadly, Snyder was finally terminated with extreme prejudice in January of 1996 after speaking out heroically for many years. His service and dedication to humanity, his country, and our freedoms will not be forgotten. I believe that Snyder is genuine in his claims and is presenting what he knows to the best of his knowledge and experience. He was a true patriot and a firm advocate of constitutional law. He loves the United States more than his life, and he paid the ultimate sacrifice in speaking out on these matters. This is what happens when you blow the whistle on truly sensitive realities. The implications of his claims are truly serious and something that we must become aware of. Even more than 17 years later, this information is incredibly relevant. We must demand the truth from our governments and elected officials. If they are intentionally deceiving us or lying to us in any way, they should be removed from office and prosecuted for treason to the fullest extent of the law. We cannot afford to have treacherous leaders and politicians with no integrity anymore. New World Order 3. The malevolent alien presence that is physically residing in secret on this planet is the biggest threat that humanity faces. Many people claim that if aliens were here this whole time, that they would have taken over already. There are several reasons why this is not the case. First of all, the aliens here are not military powers, and they are not going to reveal themselves with an overwhelming show of force. The aliens are much more cunning than that. They know that a far more effective takeover is possibly through secretive infiltration, manipulation and persuasion, which can be accomplished without a single shot being fired. Secondly, the aliens have a very hard time living on the surface because of the biological and bacterial risks of contamination. This is why they stay underground, primarily as our germs have a tendency to harm and even kill them. The reason why they have been abducting humans and performing DNA sexual organ tissue experiments has been to create an alien-human hybrid race which has the physical endurance of humans along with the advanced mental, psychic capabilities and social coercion of the aliens. The allegiances of these hybrid beings is to the aliens ultimately, yet they look exactly like normal human beings. We will not be able to tell the difference if we were able to see them in person. These hybrid beings are being created to serve as the next set of leaders once the New World Order framework is established. To view the full transcript, go to my website endtimes23.com, where I've posted the link. There's a live link to my website near the end of this video. This next report originates from brusselsprout.blogspot.co.uk. Things are literally heating up on the Planet X front. Not only was it up in the 90s in Portland and settled for several days during the first week of July, which is totally abnormal, but there have also been severe thunderstorms with unprecedented amounts of lightning, torrential downpours and flash flooding all over the United States on a daily basis. And webcams all over the world have been shut down lately in an attempt to hide something that would otherwise be visible in the sky. The webcam at the Neumayer station in Antarctica is a prime example. For weeks, almost every day, one or more frames from the webcam have been replaced with older photographs to hide something. The Weather Channel and other news organizations have tried to explain the pink skies from Planet X by claiming they've been caused by forest fires in Canada. This phenomena is happening all over the world, not just in the upper Midwest of the United States. Don't buy the forest fire cover-up. The moon has been turning orange and red lately as a result of Planet X getting closer. This website has been updating some of the Earth changes related to Planet X. There's been a dramatic increase in electrical storms lately, and there have been many thousands of lightning strikes, many of them fatal. Earth changes related to Planet X. A reader who lives in South Africa sent me some photographs of the Planet X system that she captured in April of 2015. Planet X system captured by camera over South Africa. A crop circle appeared in Gray, Tennessee, 30 miles from where I live. Back in May, one interpretation I read was that it was predicting a large earthquake in July of 2015. I don't know if the epicenter is supposed to be in Tennessee or somewhere else in the United States, but I purchased some earthquake insurance just in case. There's a lot of foreshadowing going on in the news media. Newscasters on the Weather Channel, the network news and the local news have started wearing NIBIRU colours almost every day: red, orange, purple, violet, pink, teal, and of course black, which symbolises death. My understanding is that Planet X is visible only in the infrared spectrum when it's millions of miles away. As it gets closer, it becomes visible to the naked eye. There are many planets and moons in the Planet X system, so perhaps some of the celestial objects that are showing up on cameras all over the world are not Planet X, but one of its moons or another planet in the system. One of the planets in the Planet X system was captured, along with its moon, rising before the sun recently in Italy. There was some fantastic footage of NIBIRU, or some object in the Planet X system, moving across the sky in retrograde orbit at sunset on May the 30th in Michigan. At least 3 additional objects were also visible as they moved across the sky in retrograde orbit behind NIBIRU. Planet X sightings. On a clear day, you might be able to catch a glimpse of it between 6 and 10 p.m. Eastern Time. The sun is not yet in view of the camera at 6 p.m, but sometimes one of the celestial objects near the sun is visible by then if it's below the sun near the horizon. The problem is there's a deliberate effort to alter the pictures and cover up the existence of those objects. You can see it's happening live sometimes. Ancient civilizations warned us that Planet X would return in the future and wreak havoc on Earth. As a consequence of the destroyer's impact, we're experiencing increasing severe earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, hurricanes, tornadoes, torrential downpours, catastrophic flooding, severe drought, sinkholes, tsunamis, and lots more. And we'll be bombarded by intense solar flares, asteroids, and other forms of cosmic debris that will make it extremely difficult to survive. Yet another volcano erupts in Indonesia. During the 20th century, there were about 35 volcano eruptions in a typical year, and now there are more than 35 eruptions every single day. 40 volcanoes are erupting right now. Those who do survive the initial Planet X onslaught, possibly 10% of the population, will then be faced with the challenge of how to get by with no electricity, no grocery stores, no gasoline, and none of the comforts of home to which we've all become accustomed to. There's also a good possibility that the North and South poles will shift location, which has happened many times throughout history. As depicted in the movie 2012, released in November of 2009, the US government and other governments around the world have been building arks and underground bases because they've known about this impending event for a long time. In fact, Freemasons and other secret societies have known about this for centuries. They've been hiding the truth from us so the elite can secretly make their plans to survive the cataclysm. Many of the events depicted in 2012 are really going to happen, if not in 2015, probably in 2016 at the latest. The movie 2012 was deliberately released with the wrong year in the title in order to discredit the Planet X cover-up as a wild conspiracy theory. The idea was when 2012 passed and nothing happened, clueless people would say, see, it was all a paranoid conspiracy theory. There's no such thing as Planet X. All along, the movie producers knew the major catastrophes weren't going to happen until years later. The psychological effect produced by the movie brought the elite some more time to make their preparations without society completely falling apart into panic mode. All this talk about September 2015 and March 2016 could be a smokescreen designed to trick those of us who are aware of the impending catastrophe into thinking we have more time than we actually do. We'll have to wait and see. If I had access to the information that NASA is covering up, I could make a more definite prediction. For now, I'll just try to update this post when there are significant developments. To view the full transcript, go to my website endtimes23.com, where I've posted a link. There's a live link to my website near the end of this video. There continues to be a huge build-up of powerful quakes in the past few months. Here's just a few of them. On the 10th of June 2015, a 6 magnitude quake strikes Antofagasta, Italy. On the 12th of June, a 6.3 earthquake strikes Soma Island region. On the 17th of June 2015, a 6.1 earthquake strikes southern mid-Atlantic ridge. On the 21st of June 2015, a magnitude 6.5 quake strikes Fiji region. On the 23rd of June, a 6.3 earthquake strikes Bonin Islands, Japan region. On the 6th of July 2015, a 6.2 magnitude earthquake strikes Tonga. On the 10th of July 2015, a 6.5 quake strikes Solomon Islands. On the 16th of July 2015, a 6.4 quake strikes Barbados region, Windward Islands. On the 18th of July, a powerful 7.5 earthquake strikes the Santa Cruz Islands. On the 27th of July, a 6.9 magnitude quake strikes 73 kilometers southwest of Nikoski, Alaska. Also on the 27th of July, a 7 magnitude earthquake strikes 230 kilometers west of Abepura, Indonesia. On the 29th of July, a 6.3 quake hit 71 kilometers south-southwest of Redoubt Volcano, Alaska. And on the 10th of August 2015, a 6.6 quake strikes 180 kilometers southwest of Dadali, Solomon Islands. This next report originates from the HuffingtonPost.com, reported on the 17th of July 2015 that Hawaii just got hit by a July snowstorm. Seriously, Chloe Fox reported, July snowstorms are weird enough. July snowstorms in Hawaii boggle the mind. But that's what's happening at the summit of Mount Kea on Hawaii's Big Island on Friday morning. The combination of passing thunderstorms and near freezing temperatures led to 1.5 inches of snow and icy conditions, according to a ranger's report. Mauna Kea, a dormant volcano that rises 13,796 feet above sea level, gets snow regularly in the winter months, but rarely in the summer. It can happen, meteorologist Ryan Lindman told West Hawaii Today, even in July. In the summer, average high temperatures at the summit are around 40 degrees and average lows are about 25 degrees. Mauna Kea's weather is extremely unpredictable, according to the Mauna Kea Weather Center. A calm sunny day may quickly become treacherous with hurricane-force winds and blizzard conditions, a statement warns. Okay, my friends, you're all invited to join this channel by subscribing to End Times 23, which is a totally free subscription service. You're also invited to add me as a friend on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and join my Google Plus timeline. All this week's news links can be found on my website endtimes23.com. There's a live link near the end of this video. Well, that's your lot for this month's Informer News special report, my friends. Until next month at the same time, this is your Informer signing off, friends. I'll see you on the flip side. military-style execution. According to some sources, he had been brutally tortured repeatedly before being killed. The authorities dismissed the death as a suicide. Schneider, born April 23, 1947, was a geologist, structural engineer and metallurgist that worked on building deep underground military bases, DUMBs. He spent more than 17 years within the US government black projects, carrying a level 3 security clearance, Rhyolite 38, at secret bases such as Area 51, S4 and Los Alamos. He co-invented methods used in shape-charged explosives research to facilitate the building of underground military bases as well as submarine bases. He claimed to be one of the only 3 survivors of the now infamous alien-human war goal of some ET races. Our very freedom depends on us seeing and knowing what we are really truly up against. This is why genuine whistleblowers are so crucial at this time, as they can give us a unique perspective that the public is normally not privy to. Phil Schneider, a former government geologist and engineer with over 17 years of experience in black projects, is one of the most important whistleblowers in modern history. In his presentations at the Preparedness Expo in September of 1995, he exposes the gravity of the New World Order agenda and its connection with extraterrestrials in a direct and controversial manner. Less than 6 months after giving this talk, he was found dead in his apartment with piano wire still wrapped around his neck in what appears to be a mineral public. Okay, into this month's Informer News monthly special reports. This first report originates from collectiveevolution.com, titled Black Ops Whistleblower Exposes Alien Takeover Agenda. It is time for the public to know the truth about the alien presence on our planet, what its overall goals are, and what we can do about it. The official policy of all governments has been to deny that extraterrestrial phenomena ever existed, but this is clearly nonsense, given the overwhelming amount of leaked documentation, credible high-level testimonies, genuine experiences, and extensive research that proves otherwise. This is a topic that receives virtually no media attention or serious consideration by the majority of people. This is Informer News, your voice of the people. Timeline is Sunday the 4th of October 2015. Welcome along, my friends, to another edition of the Informer News monthly special report. Coming up in this month's broadcast, the alien infiltration and takeover of Earth. Are you prepared to fight for your planet? Plus, events now occurring on and off planet that are being caused by the system NIBIRU, and more amazing images of the second sun that have been filmed by members of the Yet the reality of advanced extraterrestrial life is one of the most profound realizations anyone can make, and it is one we must make if we are to continue serving as the preeminent steward of this planet without losing our freedoms as a race. We cannot afford to be naive and ignorant any longer, for the magnitude of this situation becomes quite clear once you really see it for what it is. Most of us can fathom a human power elite vying for world domination, but we also need to consider the role that some extraterrestrial forces are having here too. It isn't to say that every ET race is interested in takeover. It is quite possible that many are interested in peace, but it is also true that a takeover agenda could be the